Really strong start to the season. Last couple of weeks not so good. What's changed?
Oh no, we played commercial obviously with the reigning premiers and won for the last 7 years, so that was always going to be a difficult match, and we were competitive in that side. So we're still a work in progress with a young age group of 21.5. So the following week Saints have always been in the top 5 for a number of years now, and it was a crunch game for them and us, and it was a close game at 3-1. But the boys are struggling a little bit with their individual performance, and if we can get them back into being consistent, we'll get a team performance. But it's a very close competition this year with 7 teams in contention. So even today, it could be quite difficult against Valleys. But I'm happy with the form, but I'm not happy with our defence. So we've got to try and organise our defence better and make better decision making, and just stop the penetrations into our defending circle.
Yeah, I suppose for us it's more about us performing well. We don't concern ourselves with the other opposition at this point. We need to be able to play well ourselves. We've always been performing well, but just don't seem to get over the top. So what we've got to try and do today is to go and play well ourselves, and hopefully the result will look after itself. Uni are a good side. They've got great players out there running around, a great coach. So I don't think this slide for them is going to stick for longer. So for us, we go out, we play our game, and hopefully things will come from that.
And it's Valleys with first use of the ball in this first division clash. And I'd just like to mention that the Valleys side are wearing black armbands today in order of Tim Boy Giuseppe, who died aged 97 during the week. He represented Valleys, Queensland and Australia, and has a trophy named after him at the Valleys Hockey Club. Valleys with their second short corner of the game. It's out, and it's Day with the pass. And Valleys with a follow-up shot by Aaron O'Byrne is repelled, comes wide to Denning. Denning's turnover, though, finds the stick of Drew Wenzel for UQ, and Denning is eliminated. Wenzel's got plenty of speed and pace to use, and his reverse stick pass into the circle anyway to O'Byrne, who can't quite reel it in. It's the 2 number 1s going at it, and Warhurst is the victor. Links up with Hennigan through the centre, who tries to find Klein, but it's a turnover to Figura, and Figura releases a teammate in the circle out wide. Coming across is James Kruger for Valleys, and Valleys get the first score of the game via an excellent turnover in the middle of the ground forced by Figura. A series of good angled passes, bringing it into the circle, and finishes off a very simple goal to James Kruger. That makes it 1-0 with 20 minutes to go in the first half. 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's Hennigan bringing it into Brownhalls, and Hathaway on the shot. He goes for the flick, but an excellent save by Manu Wirasinghe sees it over the back. Day plays it on and goes for the overhead, but turns it over immediately to Currell. And Currell links up with Brownhalls. Brownhalls very good vision there to find Drew Wenzel in plenty of space out wide. Wenzel's ball to Hathaway, though, is fairly ordinary, and luckily for him, the Valleys player is unable to control it, and Hathaway's awarded the free. Ball by Wenzel into the circle looking for Poon, hits the foot of Hennigan to inject UQ's second short corner of the game, as Brownhall's on the trap at the top. And Hathaway's shot is wide of the net. Short links up with Figura through the centre of the ground, who has support out wide from Kruger. Kruger eliminates his opponent and heads towards the circle. However, excellent hustling defence there from the UQ side, repels it for the time being. Kruger's fairly, well, not sure who he had in mind, but and with 90 seconds left on the clock, UQ have their third short corner, courtesy of a push by Matt Denning for Valleys. Brownhall's on the trap for UQ. So Hathaway with the low flick, and it's into the back of the net. The ball came just out to the top of the circle. It was a trap to Lachlan Brownhalls, and the flick was executed by Jake Hathaway for the UQ side. And that will take us to half-time. Scores all square. Hennigan's transfer is fairly ordinary, and it's picked up by O'Byrne, who tries to have the shot off. Pass back through the centre finds Figura, who links up with Kruger at the top, but coming through is Hennigan, who effects the tackle. Figura again with possession though, and he brings it into the circle. Kruger's reverse stick shot can't be picked up by O'Byrne. Just outside their 25-yard line by Hennigan. Hennigan looks up, goes straight into the circle with a stick of Brownhalls, can't quite reel it in, and it's Brownhorse can't pick that up, but Hathaway's found space in the circle. He wants support, but none really coming, but the overlap from Doig is spotted anyway. Short's pass up the sideline is cut off by Quarrel for UQ, who links up with Hennigan in the centre of the field. Hennigan's got Warhurst overlapping out wide and uses him, but the pressure is on from Cruzy. Warhurst has support and a teammate in Doig. Doig brings it into the circle. He has options back towards the stroke spot, but he goes himself and puts it past the goalkeeper. UQ take a 2-1 advantage with 20 minutes to go. And that was an excellent sequence of passes from UQ. Probably one of their best sequence of plays in this game. They had a break down the right-hand side through a series of good passes from Warhurst and Hennigan. Doig carried into the circle. He had options in support, but went himself and beat goalkeeper Manu Warasing to give his side a 2-1 lead. But it drops back to Driscoll for Valleys. Driscoll plays it on to Kruger. Kruger has support from Lindsay. Lindsay's cross, however, is just wide of a teammate. Jake Hathaway to Laidley. And Kruger comes away with it for the Valley side. Kruger has Cruzy in support on the left-hand side of the field. His reverse stick pass finds O'Byrne at the top. O'Byrne turns, he wants to hit, but it's kept out very well by O'Byrne again with possession. He tries to put it across to the stick of Brendan Lindsay, but Lindsay gets another opportunity. Watts repels it further. Green pushes forward again, looking for the free Cruzy in the top of the circle. Can't quite reel it in, and Brownhalls now has the rebound for UQ. Brownhalls to Hennigan. Hennigan with plenty of speed and plenty of space goes back to Brownhalls. Hathaway turns and tries to beat keeper Werasing. It's Day to Figura. Figura eliminates 2 opponents, takes on a third and a fourth, and it's back with him in the circle. His shot is kept out of the net to Figura. Figura takes on 2, then a third opponent and takes it into the circle. He'll want the shot in his reverse stick side, but a lunging tackle from Brownhalls is executed near perfectly, and UQ have the opportunity on the rebound. The ball comes straight across the field to Hannon. Hannon with plenty of space. He's got support from Hathaway. Hathaway coming back towards it, receives it, and his shot is kept out of the net by Werasing. Just under 10 minutes to go. It's been a fairly lacklustre display of hockey between these two sides this afternoon. UQ with a 2-1 advantage and with their first short corner of the second half. Comes out to Brownhalls. Hathaway with the flick. Finds a Valley's foot. Hannigan will inject for UQ. Brownhalls on the trap and Hathaway for the shot in their second short corner of this second half. Hathaway goes for it, but the lunging Werasing keeps it out. Just 10 seconds on the clock and UQ in no hurry at all. And so concludes this Brisbane Hockey League First Division clash between the University of Queensland and Valley Hockey Clubs. UQ take the points home with a 2-1 victory.